Today I am in Amsterdam, Netherlands. It's a great place to be. Many of you, when you think of Amsterdam, you think of bicycles. There's certainly plenty of bicycles to choose from. I'm told that there's more bicycles than there are inhabitants in the city of Amsterdam. You might think of boats and canals. There's certainly plenty of canals, plenty of boats. We'll ride on one a little bit later, but you might think red lights. A lot of people do. Some people think smoke. There's plenty certainly to be had if that's your deal. But when I think of Amsterdam, based on a previous trip, what I think of the most, and this is going to be a shock, but I think about barbecue ribs. The best barbecue ribs I have ever eaten in my entire life are right here in Amsterdam. If you ever have the chance, you need to come and eat the barbecue ribs. Yes, I am from Memphis. Yes, I do live there. Yes, I have eaten barbecue ribs 100,000 times over, but you cannot surpass the barbecue ribs here in Amsterdam. I'm sorry, it just can't happen. So while you're digesting your lunch ribs, you may want to take a canal tour before your dinner ribs so you can see the city. The canal tour is a great way to quickly and easily see a great deal of the city. It's also it's really a fun way to see a lot of the buildings and the traditional Amsterdam buildings, which you have seen, no doubt, in times of your life, where the buildings that are very skinny, very tall, right there. You can see them on your screen, which it's kind of cool to see because, there's a lot of history behind that. The other thing I was able to do today is I went to a World War II museum. It was called the Resistance Museum. And that is always sobering to see what people went through during that period of time during World War II. It's also shocking to me to see some of the quotes that people who supported Hitler said. And there were two quotes which I got from the museum, and I wrote them down. One was, a guy said that he was attracted to Hitler. He said, "What attracted me was the energy, the singing and the marching, and a sense of belonging." Another guy talked about how that he was impressed that Hitler had turned a land with millions of unemployed into a prosperous country. This is incredibly sad to me because, if it's Hitler's group that gives you a sense of belonging, it really does show that the human spirit really just wants to belong to something, even if it's incredibly wrong. Well, that's about all the time that I have for today, but I miss my family. I miss home. Work starts this week. Again, this is my last week, and we'll continue to do what we do, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye. And I'll leave you with a few shots of the canals. Bye.